BTMVA round robin action. Second match of the day on the live stream, but the third match slot of the day. Those of you that tuned in this morning, you saw Illinois drop an 0-2 decision to Minnesota. Impressive upset by the Golden Gophers. In the second slot where we didn't have a live stream, couple notable results. Purdue beat Iowa 2-1. Michigan beat Ohio State 2-0. Illinois beat Michigan State 2-0. And Wisconsin, after beating Northwestern this morning, is in action here against the Boilermakers. This is a rematch of last year's Big Ten championship game. Oh, excuse me, that's not true. Rematch of last year's Big Ten championship semifinals, which Purdue won, en route to a Big Ten championship. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you can all hear me now. I'm Rob St. Clair. Thanks for joining us on the Purdue Volleyball YouTube channel. This match will feature Purdue and Wisconsin in a rematch of last year's Big Ten championship semifinals. And we are wasting no time getting underway. Setter number 8, Nick Watry. Wisconsin in white and red on the near side of your screen. Purdue white, black, and gold on the far side of your screen. Here we go. Almost an ace serve right away. Free ball opportunity here for Wisconsin. Mitchell Prail out of the back row is dug. And Pace Balster, number 29 in white. Actually a Madison native, but playing for Purdue. Registers the first point of the match on the wrist-away kill. He's number 29 in white on the far side. Watry in the middle to Will Garriotts. Dug, and on the right side, Luca Number 23, Steve Seaman. 6'3" outside hitter from Muskego, Wisconsin, to serve for Wisconsin. We're actually going to take a minute to talk about that last call. It looked kind of weird to me. Von Lintel hit that ball low into the tape. And the call is going to be reversed. We're going to say that ball was touched. Our line judge giving input to our up official. After some discussion, Purdue's going to take that point. The score is actually 2-0. And now Seaman back to serve for Wisconsin. Float serve missed short, and we're going to get our first look at reigning Big Ten most valuable player, Jake Watkins, number 4 in white, Indianapolis native. One of few players on the Purdue roster actually from the state of Indiana. Very dangerous server. Right on cue, a pretty near ace. A free ball is going to have to come here from Wisconsin. Von Lintel again tipped down the line. Kept alive at another free ball chance. Ross Bear on the left side puts it away through the seam. Ross Bear, number 6 in white, off the delivery from setter Jack Herron, number 20 for Purdue. Boilermakers with an early 4-1 advantage. Watkins to serve again. Nice rip into the seam, handled really well by Prail. Waltz on the right side, beats the one-on-one. Beautiful set by Watry. Pay attention to number 6 in white on the Wisconsin side. Mitchell Prail often plays libero, but playing all 6 rotations as an outside hitter in this match. Beautiful pass by libero Jacob Larson. And a little bit of a misconnection to the pipe attack. Watkins, a huge threat out of the back row, a part of the Purdue offense that they're going to want to get going early. But the connection not there that time. Balster out of the middle again, tipped short in front of the middle blocker who came in to serve. No libero on the floor there for Wisconsin to make that play. Balster serving. The other middle blocker just entered the match is Mike Bomrick for Purdue. Nice set by Watry. Jack Valenti, the recipient in the middle, puts that one away right on the end line. And Waltz is going to get substituted out for a defensive specialist here, Ryan Dreesen. Back libero is going to defend on the right side. That takes away the back row right side attack option for Wisconsin. With a nice dig and a transition chance here for Prale on the left. Rolled over the top and dug by Bear. That looked like a double contact. Yes, it was. And in classic Wisconsin volleyball fashion, in their DNA is to be tremendously good defensively. They will keep every ball off the floor. And they are willing to sacrifice the back row right side offense for improved defense. That's just who they are as a team. And a pancake made there by Prale right on cue. Rush wrist away by Bomrick on the free ball, though, and Purdue gets out of the rotation. First look at Luca von Lintel, fifth-year senior, went to high school in Munich, Germany. Another good jump server. Right on cue, this ball is going to have to be a free ball. Chance here for Purdue. Where does Heron choose to go? Bear off the block, rattled around and out of bounds. Point on serve for the Boilermakers. These are two teams with championship aspirations. Wisconsin won the Big Ten regular season last year. Purdue won the Big Ten championship. Two perennial national contenders as Von Lintel misses the serve that time. Mitchell Prale from the service line. 6'2" senior from Heartland, Wisconsin. Wisconsin trails by 1. Pass off the net by Watkins. Going to be a high ball out to Bear. Cross court dug by libero DeStefanis. And a block on the pipe. Bomrick hanging around. Smartly camping out at the net and throwing that pipe roll shot back down on the Wisconsin side. Purdue leads 8-6. Bear to serve. Watkins to the front row. These are good rotations for the Boilermakers. Crushed on the left side by Steve Seaman off the block of Heron, out of bounds. First look at libero number 24 in red, Joe DeStefanis, a 6-foot freshman from Elm Grove. Left-handed jump serve. And pretty well by Larson. Tipped over and a chance here for Wisconsin. Transition and dumped to the floor by Watry, another left-hander. Watry, one of the very best setters, not only in the conference, but the whole country of club volleyball. I'm going to give Wisconsin the point on a net violation by Purdue, I believe, called by the down official. Yep, net violation is the call. And we're tied up at 8. No, excuse me, Wisconsin takes the lead 9-8. Matt Sarnowski, defensive specialist, in for Purdue, number 7, just past that ball. Oh, a dump attempted by Heron, but missed into the net. Wisconsin takes a 2-point lead. Straight down stuff block by Watry against Watkins. What a move by number 8 on Wisconsin. And you see both teams here utilizing a defensive specialist in place of their opposite. No back row right side attack for either team. Overpassed. Watry with the swing that time, and he puts it away off the block. And this has got to be a timeout coming from Purdue. No, I don't believe they're going to call one. I'm really surprised by that. Got to keep this pass on Purdue's side of the net. Bear does, but well off. This is going to be pretty much a free ball. Watcher to the outside underset. Huge chance here for Purdue, but no, a net violation committed on the block by the setter Heron. I think Purdue's letting the fuse go too long here. You got to call timeout in this situation. Down now by 5. Ace serve. DeStefanis dialing up the ace. And now finally the timeout is called. 14-8 the score. Wisconsin scoring, I think, 7 points in a row, if I'm not mistaken. A very impressive run by the Badgers. And the Purdue timeout, and if you ask me, that's come a couple points much too late. It's interesting to see both teams, if they get trapped in serve-receive rotations with a front row setter and no back row right side hitting option, where they're going to go offensively to get out of these rotations. Purdue's answer is obviously Watkins on the left side, but Watry shut him down on the last time. DeStefanis out of the timeout. Perfect pass. Marmrick in the middle, tipped, blocked, recovered. Watry again, dug by Larson. This has got to be Watkins on the left. And he beats the block through and down on the Wisconsin side. The run is finally over. That's classic Wisconsin volleyball. Piling on points in a row with defense and smart touches. Rare overpass by Mitchell Prail. To the middle, and that ball was touched by Wisconsin on its way out of bounds off the block. That's a kill block in the stats for Pace Balster, even though that attack by Will Garriott was on its way out of bounds. 2 big points in a row on serve for Purdue. Free ball coming. Sent back over on 1 by Purdue, and a chance here for Seaman on the left side. Dug, but not for long. And Wisconsin ends the miniature run. Now with Watry back to the service line, the opposite Waltz will come back into the front row. Rotation 6 received for Purdue. And that float serve missed out of bounds. That's a big miss in a rotation that Purdue has potential to struggle in with only 2 hitting options. Now Von Lintel back into the match. Jack Heron to serve, number 20 in white, junior setter from Vernon Hills, Illinois. Went to Carmel Catholic High School. Runs a nice fast offense. But so does Watry. Waltz on the left side, tipped over the block and down. Oftentimes it's awkward for left-handed players to hit on the left side of court. Waltz got away with it in rotation 1 there. Now he'll go back to the right where he's more comfortable. But another service error, this time by Seaman. Watkins to serve, trailing by 3. Bringing the heat, high ball set out to Prail against 2 big blockers, over the top and no touch detected. Prail was swinging exclusively for hands that time. But I think that's a good no call on the touch. Purdue trails only by 2. Great serve by Watkins, and that's a big time ace. The deficit down to 1. This is exactly the guy Purdue wants at the service line to erase a deficit. Another ace, this time a lucky one, breaking off the tape and falling down, and we're tied up at 16. Watkins again. Overpass by Seaman. Chance here for Purdue. Balster, no block up, but an amazing dig by DeStefanis. Free ball coming. Back to the middle again. No, right side this time. Crushed cross court by Von Lintel. No touch on its way out of bounds. And a big missed opportunity for Purdue. Great dig by Joe DeStefanis to keep that ball alive off the no-block middle swing. And it turns into a point for Wisconsin. They lead by 1. Good pass by Watkins. Another middle this time, right on the sideline. No defense for that. We're tied up at 17. Good match here, set number 1 brewing with 2 good teams going at it. We play best 2 out of 3 only. First 2 sets of 25. We must win by 2. Pace Balster, the Madison native, to serve. Tight pass, back row setter, and crushed cross court by the left-hander Waltz. These offenses run so effectively and so fast, and the ball is passed perfectly. The middle blocker's job on the other side is pretty much impossible. You're going to see a lot of one-on-ones. Waltz to the bench. Great block touch by Valenti. And Prail over the top. No touch that time. Missed opportunity in transition for Wisconsin. Von Lintel the opposite to serve. He'll stay in the back row until he's done serving. Then he'll be substituted out. And that serve misses the corner. Dodged by Ryan Dreesen. And the defensive substitution, Matt Sarnowski, is going to come back in. Prail coming with the jump serve. Watkins, an important hitting option here for Purdue out of the back row, but that serve missed long. We're tied up at 19. Flitzer may have been going long, but a perfect pass from Dreesen and tipped to the floor by Jack Valenti on the quick set. Valenti to the bench. DeStefanis to serve, and this was the rotation when Wisconsin made their run earlier in the set. I think 6 or 7 points in a row on this left-handed jump serve. Pretty good pass. Watkins on the left side, and through the seam he puts it away. Found just a little bit of real estate between the two blockers for Wisconsin there. And hugely important for Purdue to side out on that rotation the first time of asking. We're tied up at 20. Larson, the left-handed libero, to serve this ball in play. High swing off the hands. Seaman terminates off the block touch of Heron. Heron gives up a little bit to be desired in the blocking department, only 6 feet tall. Has good hands, but big, tall outside hitters can hit over him and abuse the high parts of the fingers. Middle set to Balster, tip to the floor. That ball's down. No good on the pancake. We're tied up at 21. Somebody's going to have to win a point on serve to get the advantage required to get to either 25 first or a 2-point margin. I think this set's headed for extra points. Opposite back into the front row for Purdue. Von Lintel against the left-hander. The roll shot's dug. Chance here going to be Watkins on the left for the lead. Dug by DeStefanis and a free ball opportunity. Another attempt by Heron, but this time it generates an overpass. And pounded to the floor by Pace Balster. Purdue takes their first lead since early on in the set. 22 serving 21. Like I was mentioning, the left-hander Walt's not that comfortable as most lefties are on the left side. You're going to see a lot of roll shots from over there. I see this ball going middle right on cue. Garriott splits the arms of Watkins and puts it away. A big play for Wisconsin there. Nice pass to set it all up. Tied up at 22. Perfect pass by Larson. What a fast tempo set to the outside. That is zero tempo offense run by Heron to Von Lintel. Pretty much no stopping that. Purdue only 2 points away with their best server at the line. This could be an ace. No, kept alive, but out of bounds. Our score actually now 24-23 is the correct score. This is set point for Purdue. Walt's kind of out of system, but he gets away with it off the block and out of bounds. Wisconsin's still alive. We're tied up at 24. No, excuse me, 24-23. A little bit of confusion about the score. The score is correct, 23 serving 24. Wisconsin needs this to force extra points. Watkins out of the back row is dug. Oh, and the tip is swallowed and thrown back down by Von Lintel. And Purdue's going to take the set 25-23. I want to make sure that score is correct. I believe it is. I think Purdue just took the set 25-23. You had the score wrong at one point. I don't know which one is right. Got to make sure at the scorer's table we know exactly what the score was before that point. Could be the difference in the match. As it stands right now, Purdue's on the board 1-0. We got to make sure the bookkeeper and scoreboard operator are on the same page. I think what the scorer's table has decided is that the score before that point should have been 24-24. And with Purdue taking it, they're now up 25-24. They have a set point, but the set's not over yet. And our up official is going to come over and make sure everything's correct here with the book. So since this could be a while, I want to take a minute to thank the Volleyball League of America for providing this live stream. The VLA is the latest and best effort for a domestic professional men's volleyball league in the U.S. Please give them a follow on all their social medias. They're at VLA Volleyball on Instagram. All their matches will be streamed live starting in April, ending in July of this summer. I will be on the mic commentating those as well. I'm Rob St. Clair, by the way. Thanks, everyone, for joining me live from Purdue for some good BTMVA round-robin actions. The first event of the season. The teams will play 5 matches today, 2 matches tomorrow. And they'll play 2 more the morning of the Big Ten Championships, which will be March 7th, hosted at Northwestern, before everybody's seeded into a bracket. And the teams will play on that Saturday, March 7th, for the Big Ten title. Purdue, the reigning champions, they beat Illinois in the finals last year. Wisconsin had won the 2 previous Big Ten championships in 2017 and 18. All right, the final verdict is that the set is over. 25-23 Purdue, the final score. Purdue's on the board. The scorer's table's confident that we got everything squared away there. It turns out that that block by Von Lintel was the set-winning moment. Sorry for all that confusion. Teams will change sides, and we'll be right back with some more action for set number 2. Stay tuned. Yes.
Yeah, it was, when I texted it goes off, it was all the way to the end.
Yeah, one of my home was watching it. Oh, too bad they lost it. Like, wait a minute, we're still debating about the score. You can see it fine.
Good, good.
Maybe a 3-minute delay or so, like actually here and where I sit here on here. So it's like you want to hear and tell everybody at home what's going on. Like in a text message.
Yeah, since it because it has the scoreboard, the scoreboard is why it's delayed a couple of minutes, because it goes to another server and overlays the scoreboard, which is worth it because everybody needs to know what the score is. The fact.
So good, especially for people who didn't make it.
I'm glad everything works. What happened with the score?
There's no 22, so it's like they jumped from 1 to 3, and that's when they got.
Oh.
That's when they got.
Wow. All right, set number 2 coming your way. We got that confusion out of the way. Back to more volleyball. Purdue serving, up 1-9. Great coverage on the block, and that's going to fall on the Purdue side. A miscommunication and a great cover by Wisconsin. That's a good block by Von Lintel, but scooped off the floor. I believe it was Prail with that cover, but I'm not sure. Watry to serve for Wisconsin. Quick set to Balster, slapped over the top. Chance here in transition. Waltz on the right side, right down the line, and he puts it away. Slightest misconnection in that Purdue offense generated basically a free ball, and a team as good as Wisconsin is not going to let that one go unpunished. Perfect pass again. This time Watkins on the right down the line. Nice wrist away contact. One serving, 2. Watkins looking to do some damage. Was good from the service line the last set. And right on cue, Commentator's curse. Misses that one short. Seaman with the float serve for Wisconsin. Pass low, but perfect. Von Lintel, kind of a back 2 set there. That was off the foot into the ground and out of play, so that ball's down. Nice offense by Purdue there. I like how creative Herron is willing to get with where he puts his hitters and the speed at which he runs his offense. Sometimes that comes at the cost of set height, and it's very dependent on very good passing. But when Purdue's in system, boy, are they hard to stop. Served by Balster, perfect pass, and the middle put away right in the deep cross-court corner by Will Garriott. Garriott's back to serve. No libero on the floor for this rotation in Wisconsin. Good pass by Larson. Von Lintel on the right side, but that ball set way too far outside the antenna. And Von Lintel colliding with the ref stand. No way you could keep that in play. That's a setting mistake by Herron that time. Garriott again. More pace on that serve if it goes long. Purdue trails by 2, 3 serving 5. Not a single bit of topspin on that jump serve. That one's going to sail way out of bounds. And now both teams at exactly the same time are going to replace their opposites with back row defensive specialists. I think this match is going to come down to which team can survive offensively better in these coming 3 rotations with less attacking options and less opportunity to spread the offense from sideline to sideline. It's a big service error there from Wisconsin. An overpass. Purdue's got to have this. Wiped off the block by Herron, but the block is good. Nice discipline by Mitchell Prail on the blocking end. Not getting used. And a little missed opportunity for Purdue there. Wisconsin back up 7-4. Watkins tipped over the top, picked up by Seaman. It's going to have to be Bick to Prail in transition. That ball came over the net. Watkins rushed cross court. Took that ball right off the plane of the net on the tape. It hit an amazing angle. That is a Big Ten MVP caliber swing. Larson with the left hand, working on Dreesen. Right through the seam and on the end line. That ball's in and a kill for Steve Seaman. Pivotal rotation coming up right here with the good jump server DeStefanis libero for Wisconsin. Right on cue. Oh, that ball's in. That ball called right on the end line. I'm not sure about that call. The Purdue bench is beside themselves. The ace serve gives Wisconsin a 9-5 advantage. That ball passed pretty well by Sarnowski. But a stuff block! Seaman helping in on the middle. Garriott's there as well. Balster is rejected. Wisconsin leads 10-5. Purdue's bailed out by the service error, missing just short. And the opposite's going to come back in. Von Lintel to the front row. This is an opportunity for Purdue to score some points on serve. Beautiful pass by Dreesen. And a very impressive wrist-away sharp cross-court angle by Steve Seaman. I think Von Lintel's got to put up a better block against that. And now Waltz, the Wisconsin opposite, going to come back in with Watry to serve. Easy serve, perfect pass by Larson. Tipped over the middle, right on the net, and the joust won by Balster. Big Purdue point there. Balster getting the better of Garriott's on the one-on-one clash right on the plane of the net. Nice change-up serve by Watkins. This is basically going to be a free ball. Yep, tipped over the top. Where's Herron going to go here? Middle of the Balster! Smoked across his body. Awesome range from the middle blocker, number 29 in white for Purdue. It is not an easy shot to pull all the way back across the body like that. Just like I said in the first set, if there's one guy Purdue wants at the service line to try to erase a deficit, it's Jake Watkins. Another good serve. And a hitting error committed by Waltz on the left side that time. Serve set it up. 9 serving 11. Another great serve. Free ball coming here for Purdue. Balster again crossbody. And a huge rotation for the Boilermakers. Have all but erased this deficit, trailing by 1. And a tough offensive rotation for Wisconsin. With Waltz not a prominent option on the left side. It's got to be pretty much either Seaman or Garriott's here. That ball barely kept alive, not for long. Ace serve. We're tied up at 11. That's got to be a timeout for the Badgers. Yes, it is. Watkins erases the deficit from the service line. Purdue ties it up at 11 apiece after winning set 1. We'll be right back with more. Stay tuned. Back out of the timeout. Wisconsin has to get out of this rotation. See if the timeout slows Watkins down. No, it doesn't. That's another ace. Ice cold water in Jake Watkins' veins. Not slowed down by the timeout. Wisconsin really looking for some answers. An interesting game of runs. I would expect the match between these two to be a little bit more side-out heavy than back and forth. Oh, beautiful set from Watry. But the dig gives Von Lintel a chance on the outside, and the block touch just out of the reach of the Wisconsin defender right at the curtain on the left side of your screen. And the run continues for Purdue. 13 serving 11 now. This might be 6 points in a row, this rotation. Wisconsin had a similar run in set 1 to take a lead, but Purdue came back. Overpass, pounded to the floor by Balster. He's getting in on the action in every phase. Jake Watkins serving, giving Wisconsin nightmares. The Purdue lead is 3. Watch will have a chance to set this one to Seaman on the right side, and it finally rattles through the block and out of bounds. And Wisconsin stops the bleeding a little bit. They trail by 2 with a lot of volleyball yet left to play. Quick pass by Watkins. Bear on the left side down the line, dug by Watry. Out of system chance here for Prail, high off the hands, but dug by Watkins. Dumped over by Heron. He was below the plane of the net. It's a legal play, and it worked. Heron, even though he was a back row setter, the only reason he was allowed to dump that ball over with 2 hands was because he got it below the level of the net. Guess it pays to only be 6 feet tall some of the time. Served by Ballster, handled pretty easily by Seaman. Right side to Waltz. Pretty good block touch. Can Watkins run this down? No, not quite. Gary gets to serve for Wisconsin. Bomb red cross body. Defensive play couldn't be made that time, and the kill for number 15 in white for Purdue. Send Von Lintel back to the line. The 5th-year senior out of Germany. He's got to get some rhythm going from the service line. Can be dangerous here. A couple insurance points could go a long way for Purdue before both opposites leave the match. Good serve, and right on cue, Heron taps it down on the overpass. Wisconsin, typically such a phenomenally good passing and defense team, is getting overwhelmed by the Purdue jump serving here in set number 2. That one clips the tape, handled by Seaman. That ball kept alive somehow on the Wisconsin side, and another good defensive play. Prail going to have to go sharp cross court, but he couldn't keep that one in play. It drifted too far outside the antenna. And now a commanding advantage for the Boilermakers, 18-13. Von Lintel continuing to put the pressure on. I like Waltz here on the right side with a good pass. Doesn't matter, though, as the serve goes out of bounds. They're going to see both opposites go to the bench, replaced by defenders. If Wisconsin's going to come back in this set, it's going to be in these next couple rotations. They've got to make the Purdue offense pay for not being able to spread the floor. And that ball hits the antenna off the tip shot by Bear. And that's kind of what I'm talking about with the fast offense that Heron likes to run for Purdue. Such a little margin of error. If it's not quite in the right window, if just a little bit is off, it can result in just straight up errors. And there's a nice bailout option. Watkins on the bick. You can usually tell a high-level team at the NCVF level nationwide by if the pipe attack is a part of the in-system offense. And Watkins very dangerous out of that spot. Nice short float serve by Bear. Tipped over by Watcher, kept alive. Watkins on the left side. Smoked down the line, right on the sideline. Beautiful shot by number 4 in white. That was a pretty float serve by Bear that time. Purdue leads by 5. Another one that barely clears the tape. Basically takes Prail out of the offense, but it doesn't matter as Watry throws it down on 2. $16 serving 20. This is not over yet, but Purdue can smell a big-time 2-0 victory early on here in the Big Ten regular season. Nice pass by Sarnowski. Inside set is rejected. It's got to be a double contact. Yes, it is. Nice read by the Wisconsin block, not being fooled by the offensive mix-up by Purdue. That was an intentionally inside set that Nick Watry read and stuffed. Good serve by Prail. Another beautiful pass by Sarnowski right on the tape. The joust won by Heron. Free ball opportunity here for the Boilermakers. Watkins again is roofed in a big way by Watry. Saw that another time in set 1. What a block by the setter number 8 in white on the far side. Could that be what the Badgers need to come back in this match? Another overpass. Tipped on their own side. Free ball's going to have to be sent over. Heron to Watkins. Over the top of the block and dug. And bombed cross court by Steve Seaman. An incredible dig by Joe DeStefanis. And this is the Wisconsin volleyball that I'm used to seeing. Turning rare defensive opportunities and staying alive, turning them into points. Mitchell Prale serving again. The deficit only 1. Cut serve handled pretty easily by Bear. Bear out of the back row into the block. Was that touched? Apparently, yes, it was. And put away over the top by Seaman. We are tied up at 20. I think that this is another point where Purdue's not calling timeout early enough. In matches against teams that are this good, you cannot let a 3-point run go without a stoppage. We're tied up at 20. Prale again. Pass well off the net. Going to have to be Watkins. And he puts it away cross court. But that is exactly what Wisconsin needed. Take the opportunity of a limited Purdue offense and use it to claw back in the match. Purdue leads only by 1. Larson right into the corner, and that's an ace. Mystified Wisconsin with that knuckly float serve that time over Mitch Prale's right shoulder. And that's a huge point on serve. That could be the difference in this set. Seaman dug by Bear.